This is the Discover Card Countdown to 3 as we get ready to go racing.
The Martinsville Speedway in Virginia was built in 1947. The NASCAR Winston Cup Series first came here in 1956. More than 90,000 fans will be here today as the championship countdown continues. This race has a long history of exciting moments and close finishes. If you measure the road to the Winston Cup Championship in miles, 526 of the toughest miles are right here. Buckle up, Virginia. NASCAR has returned to Martinsville.
Defending NASCAR Winston Cup Series champion, the victory lane.
5 races remain before we can crown this year's Winston Cup champion.
Kenseth will win. An exciting finish here today.
Since March, championship leader Matt Kenseth has been impossible to catch. Today, he brings his big lead to Martinsville.
Oh, we go spin. There's Junior.
Clear. Keep rolling. No caution. No caution. Don't slow down.
But racing here is no small challenge. Last year, Kurt Busch powered his way to the win. Now, with 5 giant steps remaining in the race to the championship, everyone wants to have a big day at Martinsville.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me double shot of
NBC Sports presents the NASCAR Winston Cup Series. Live from Martinsville Speedway in Virginia, it's the Subway 500. Twice a year, the Winston Cup Series comes to this half-mile track, the shortest on the circuit. But with just 5 races remaining, it is one of the tallest in stature. Hi, everybody. I'm Bill Weber. Our NBC Race family welcomes you to Martinsville with this reminder. This is a very important race on the road to the championship, so please don't interfere with any foul balls that might be catchable. 43 cars on a half-mile track for 500 laps. Something big is going to happen here today. The only questions, when, where, and who. Championship leader Matt Kenseth starts 14th after starting 28th or worse in the last 3 races. We start with Marty Snyder.
Bill, along the road to the championship, there are many hurdles, but for Matt Kenseth, perhaps none bigger than little old Martinsville today. How critical is this race for your race team, Matt?
Well, I mean, if you look at our stats, this is probably the biggest challenge we have left on the circuit is Martinsville, just for all-out performance. So, you know, we didn't run very good here in the spring, but we had a really good test the other week here, and I feel good about our car for today. So the last few tracks coming up after this, I feel really great about, and I don't feel bad about today, but it is going to be definitely our biggest challenge.
How important is this race for the 17 team? They saved their last test of the season for right here. See if they could get better at Martinsville. Matt Yoakum.
Marty, the math for Kevin Harvick is simple. He has to average 53 more points over the next 5 races than Matt Kenseth to win the championship. Now, at a racetrack that demands patience to be successful, how patient can you be today, Kevin?
Well, I don't think you can be too patient. I mean, you got to take care of the brakes, you got to take care of your fenders and things like that. But if you're too patient, you tend to get run over here at Martinsville. So hopefully the Jim Goodwin Chevrolet is as good as it was yesterday, and we can keep our car at the front.
Now, you've tried to have fun over this championship chase with the 17 team, but I understand someone had some fun on you.
Yeah, somebody toilet papered my car last night and put Matt Kenseth's decals and license plates all over it. But it's a lot of fun right now. It's fun just being in the championship hunt, and compared to last year, it's a night and day difference.
He's going to try to close that championship gap today. He rolls off from the 5th position. To Dave Burns.
Matt Dale Earnhardt Jr. is 3rd in the championship, and we're at a track today where he just keeps getting better and better. What about it? Can you make up some ground on Matt and Kevin today?
We got an opportunity here. It's a good track for us, and we feel like we've got a car that can win. We got the long run set up in it, so it probably won't take off real fast here, but halfway through the race we should have the car to beat.
All right, Junior, of course, going for his first championship. We all know that Jeff Gordon has been there before.
Another NASCAR Winston Cup championship, his 4th, one of only 3 men to win 4 or more championships.
Everybody wants to be the man at the top. Everybody wants to be the man at the top now. Dreaming of his record in the #1 spot. Everybody wants to be the man at the top.
4 Winston Cup Championships. Today goes for the Martinsville sweep. Those 4 championships, some down to the last race, some you've won earlier in the season. Can you put us in Matt Kenseth's seat right now, what he's going through?
Well, you know, you always say that you just have to keep doing what you've been doing all year long, but it just seems like there's, as the season winds down, more and more riding on every position, every lap, and you get to a place like Martinsville and you just never know what's going to happen. I mean, I'm sitting on the pole today, and I know we've got a good car, but I have no idea what's going to transpire throughout this race that's going to allow us to get a good finish out of this day, and you just got to ride it out and run as hard as you can.
Well, that wipes out my second question of whether or not you can sweep. So can you get to second in the championship standings?
Well, we're certainly going to work as hard as we can. This is a great way for us to do that. The last 4 or 5 races for us have been really good, but they've been good for all the other guys who are racing in points too. So, you know, we're going to try to take advantage of being on the pole and having that #1 pit stall over there, and hopefully we can just be as solid as we have been the last few races and get to victory lane for the first time since we were here in spring.
All this racing going on, and you've got a book coming out now. What's that all about?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I've been working on it for a while with a guy named Steve Eubanks, and you know, it really is about rebuilding this team to get them back in championship form like we did over 99, 2000, 2001, and sort of where we're at today. And there was a lot of interesting things that transpired then, and a lot of really exciting things that led up to that are still happening today.
Okay, and that book comes out the end of the month, and you're raising some money for charity. You're giving a car away?
We are giving a car away. I think it's a great way for somebody to get a Monte Carlo. It's going to cost you $100. We've got a raffle. You can go to jeffgordonfoundation.org and find out more information, or be able to sign up on getting a raffle ticket. But basically, there's 2,000 tickets available. They're $100 each. And in December, I'm going to draw a name out. We're going to hand over that special edition Jeff Gordon Hendrick Motorsports Chevrolet.
All right, well, good luck with that, and be careful on pit road today. It's a little narrow.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff Gordon, the pole sitter, takes him to the green flag. Here's a look at the NASCAR top 10 heading into today's race. Matt Kenseth leads by 267 points with 5 races remaining. From second place, Kevin Harvick, to 6th place, Gordon, it's just 140 points. Tony has climbed to 7th in the standings. The Labonte brothers dropped a spot. And 10th place, Kurt Busch, has 5 drivers right behind him within 157 points. That's the first lap. Here's what's coming up on the Discover Card Countdown to Green. Dave discovers the secrets of fuel mileage magic as we get ready for 500 laps at Martinsville. Benny Parsons introduces us to one Winston Cup Jackman who doesn't just travel on the weekends, he's always on the road. We'll hit the track with Rusty Wallace and his son Steven, and we'll hit the water with wild man Robbie Gordon. All just ahead on the Discover Card Countdown to Green.
Discover Card Countdown to Green. Brought to you by Discover to Go. It pays to discover. By Subway, fresh-made sandwiches on fresh-baked bread. Subway, eat fresh. And by Prestone. When you want protection inside and out, you want the Prestone family.
This track in Southern Virginia is about 144.6 miles from the airport in Charlotte, North Carolina. I upgraded the rental car for the travel odometer. So here's my question. Since I took the fuel purchase option and can return the gas tank empty, will my fuel mileage be good enough to get me back to the airport without stopping because I'm not stopping? Or will I run out and end up just coasting along while everybody else races by? Well, as Dave discovers, 43 other drivers are wondering the same thing.
Bill, the big question is, how does anyone in this sport get better gas mileage? There are 100 different things you can do. I'm going to let you start with 3 today. Carburetor choice is important. NASCAR sets a maximum limit on the size of the carburetor. But if you can afford to give up a couple of horsepower, you can run less carburetor and save yourself fuel. The gear you choose makes a difference. If you can give up a little performance, you can save fuel, perhaps make that stretch to the end. And the other thing is the driver's foot. What he does with that foot does matter. Is he smooth as he goes to the gas? And does he know when to take advantage of times when he doesn't have to have the pedal entirely to the metal? Now, when Ryan Newman began winning on fuel mileage, a lot of people said there must be something amiss in the amount of fuel he's getting into his car, storing it somewhere between the fuel cell and the motor. But you know what? NASCAR checks this stuff at least 3 times every weekend, and every time, the 12 car is clean. Now, not every race is going to be won on fuel mileage, but it's a strategy that when it comes time, you better know how to play well. Bill?
Thanks, Dave. The one drawback to a half-mile track, where to put 43 pit stalls. Since the fall race here in 1999, all the stalls have been located on one long and winding pit road. It is always congested and often confusing. For the pit crew, roadside assistance is a very demanding job. What team might have an advantage out there today? Well, maybe Tony Stewart's bunch, because Jackman Chuck White truly does know how to design the road to victory lane. Here's Benny.
What's your job Monday through Friday?
I am the county maintenance engineer. I work with the Department of Transportation in North Carolina, and I have all of Rowan County, which consists of about 1,000 miles of roads we maintain.
So if it's got a pothole in Rowan County, call you.
Yeah, you'll get me in trouble doing that.
But on Sundays, Chuck works for Tony Stewart at 6 foot 5 inches, 260 pounds. He's one of the biggest jackmen on pit road. You big guy like you play football?
Ballet.
Oh, you're
I'm just kidding.
I can see you in a tutu, right? Yeah.
I look good,
yeah.
Don't I?
Oh, you look.
Pete looks good on me.
Yeah.
Actually, people were surprised at how much it does take to jack the car up. I mean, they'll go out there and like, oh, it won't take that much, but it does take a good little bit of effort. But like I say, on the right side, you want to get it in one pump because you're back there trying to pull the right rear tire off to help the tire changer catch up because he's got to chase the car down.
And so you're going to widen the road to somewhere in here?
Yeah, we're going to widen the road, like I say, 3 foot on each side to give you 6 foot more road. So what we'll do is we'll come out here and we'll move the ditch from there over to here. But as you can see, you've got rock in the way. Yeah. So what we've got to do with this rock is we've got to come out here and blast this rock out.
Dynamite?
Yes.
And this machine just chops the trees down?
It's organic material that decomposes. It's not harmful to the environment. It saves us money having to haul it to a landfill or to a dump somewhere or another. And like I say, it allows me to have my employees doing other things as far as grading that we don't have to bring in here and do clearing work with.
How about the championship last year, that big thrill?
We stood up on stage there and we were talking. It was like, you know what? The next time we're out here having to run in a hot heat or having to do practices and stuff like that, we start saying, what is this worth? You know, why are we doing this? We're going to remember New York and say, hey, we're going to get back here.
Chuck and Tony start 16th today and will pit in stall number 18 along the front stretch, behind Jason Leffler and in front of Jamie McMurray. That stall, like all the others, is just 15 feet wide and 28 feet long. That's tight. Next, the wet and wild world of 3-time winner Robbie Gordon. You're watching NASCAR on NBC.
When you're in the water, just little movements changes the pitch a ton.
So since your buddy invented it, were you the guinea pig?
No, actually these guys are really good on it. I'm not that good on this thing.
So I can flip it? Yeah, you can flip it.
Really?
And it's just another tool for you to be crazy.
This thing's pretty nutty.
He's crazy! That man is insane!